match up with the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 20 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Bengals nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
That's our own 25-yard line.
Go now. 10-2 start.
56. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Pilot, 64. Weak.
Check three. Check three. Check three. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Let's go. Jump, jump.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Browns 14, Bengals nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Come on, set.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one.
Ready, set.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Let's go, D.
Hey, orbit. Hit it.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's our time. It's our time. Shit.
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check 55, Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bengals will get it at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Right there. Hey, let's get this. Deuce.
Let's go.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Let's go.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's the 6th-round pick from Oklahoma, Rodney Anderson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Roll out. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Bernard. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Back to throw here. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Let's get it.
Here we go. 60 or.
Let's go, let's go. 56.
5.
Looking to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Sheldon Richardson in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. He's got a first down past the 30. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tevin Coleman. 83 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it here with Bernard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well. But he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here's Bernard. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. 36 yards on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Now a carry for Bernard. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, you'd have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
Now, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
36. Shit.
On second down, it's Coleman. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Ready. 56 yards. Check. 55 to Mike. Hey, get away with
it. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check 26. Switch. Let's go. Come on.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on third down, it's Taylor. He finds Coleman. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
I got it. Check 99. Check 99.
They run right side with Hunt. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Incomplete. It's now second and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Hey, Haywood. Ready?
Second and 10. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Ready?
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
Snap.
They'll throw now on the final play. On the screen, Bernard. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Alert 3.
Again, here's Bernard. He'll have a first down. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
He had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Browns' 40-yard line.
Set. 10-2 stop.
3 buzz.
On second down now, Bernard. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Slam. Check 24. Shift. Watch the shift.
Anderson. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hatchet.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Ready? Switch.
Coleman. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Hunt, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Olivier Vernon, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
It's our field. It's our field.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Eifert has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Go.
Switch. Slam. Showing it.
Go.
On the draw, here's Bernard. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now back to throw. Flushed out right. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Ready. 18 Gator.
Watch the run. They're running it. Hey, alert 3. Kill. Check.
Now.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Rodney Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better? Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. They will run again with Coleman. He'll have a first down past the 40. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tevin Coleman, 74 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Joseph on for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Browns 42, Bengals 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He completes it to Boyd. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's complete. Bernard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. This one from 35 yards away. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. This one from 35 yards away. And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up.